What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we are talking about the Baba Yaga, John Wick himself, in Chapter 4, John Wick, from 2023. And this movie is such a banger. And if this is the last time we see John Wick, I am okay with it. But if it's not, I am okay with it, because I love the universe that they've built, and you know, I find it so compelling. And the first time I watched this movie, I didn't stick around for a post-credit scene because I didn't expect there to be one, and this time I did, and there was a post-credit scene, so we'll talk about that. But just getting into it, the original time I watched this, it was in theaters, and I loved it. It was so good. The visuals on the big screen particularly looked so amazing. You know, just like John in the all black with the black hair and the red like lights in the background, but then he's also like in Japan, and he's like in front of this shot here is so amazing. He's got the stumped finger, but he's got this blossom tree in the background, and you know, just the way that the lights work, and he's there to see his friend. And like the cast in this movie is so unreal, like Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne, Ian McShane, Donnie Yen, Raymond Samayama. I'm sorry. That girl on the left, though, she's fantastic in this movie, and she's actually the post-credit scene, so we'll talk about her in a little bit. But John meets up with Donnie Yen at the church, like this shot with all the candles lit, like definitely legit. Like the fact that, you know, there is some CGI in this, but there's not a lot, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this action-wise, everything is shot right there. I will say, watching Lance Reddick die in the first 10 minutes after he had died in real life was really tough, but at least they still remembered him in this movie in a great way. Ian McShane's great voice, he's like, how do you summarize a man's entire life in just a few lines? And he goes, what did you end up putting on his gravestone? He goes, friend, because that's what he was until the end, a friend. And love Lance Reddick, he was amazing. Rest in peace, such a legend. But Chiron, rest in peace Chiron, because Chiron was a legend as well in this movie, like in this franchise. He was just such a nice doorman. Mr. Wick, your puppy has arrived. You know, like he was watching the dog. Like he's a good guy, man. But some of my favorite scenes in this, probably one of them has to be the little poker game here with Donnie Yen, the tracker, John Wick, and this big chunky guy, which is actually Scott Adkins. He's a world famous like actor and stuntman, and he's not a fat man, so he's wearing a full fat suit and makeup here to be Killa. And Kill is just a big fat bastard, but he's hilarious. You can see Scott Adkins having the time of his life underneath all that makeup and shit. But Donnie Yen's blind ass, why do they always, he's not blind in real life, like, but they have him playing blind men, and he does a great job. He's just a blind, like, when in the script, if it's written blind assassin, they're just like quotations next to it. Donnie Yen, question mark? They're like, we gotta get him, right? Like, the second, I don't think it's been more than twice, but between Rogue One and this, like, it's enough. Like, I don't know if Ip Man was blind too, but still, Donnie Yen, action legend. Bill Skarsgård's character was a real prick. He's a marquee. I hate the high table. I really want to see John take down the entire high table. But Ian McShane did say it. You're going to run out of bullets before they run out of heads. You know, like, and he's not wrong. Clancy Brown's character in this also had the nub finger, has a scar down the eye, is a businessman. He's very intimidating himself. Clancy Brown's voice is all-time iconic. You think you don't know Clancy Brown, and then you look at some of his voice acting work, and you're like, oh, I know Clancy Brown. But his face, I like him as an actor. You know, his face and shit looks good. I think Clancy Brown might be in the new Batman movie or the Penguin show. Because who do we get? We got Falcone in Batman 1. And that was played by John Turturro. So I think Clancy Brown's playing Maroni. So I'm looking forward to see him in whatever shape or form. But the future of the John Wicks, right? If this was the last John Wick, Chapter 4, I hope the world of assassins continues on and the Wick universe continues on. Maybe through this guy, right? Or even this guy here, this guy that was playing the tracker. What if he replaced Jonathan Majors as Kang? I don't know. I think he would do a good job. But in the John Wick universe, him and this dog here, and like he's a tracker. Like, just come out with a movie called Tracker, right? Or have him involved in the ballerina movie or something. But have him and this Asian girl here, on the left. She was phenomenal. I believe she's also like a singer, but she did action work in this, and she did like a phenomenal job. But the man on the right here is her father, and he is an absolute legend as well. I'm not going to attempt to butcher your name, sir, but you're a legend. I love your work. Your action shit in this is amazing. I'm pretty sure you're going to be in Shogun soon on FX. That looks really good. I gotta watch that. But her father dies in this to the hands of Donnie Yen, and at the very end of this movie, Donnie Yen gets free, and he's like holding, in the post-credit scene, he's holding flowers, and he's listening to his daughter sing, and he's happy, he's walking. He's still blind, so he can't see who's coming at him, but maybe he can hear something. Maybe it doesn't go the way you think it's gonna go, but this girl is, you know, obviously he's free from the high table, but she's not coming after him because she's with the high table. She's coming after him because he killed her father in a duel, fair and square, but still, you know, it's her father. She's upset. So maybe Donnie Yen and her team up, or maybe she kills Donnie Yen right away, and then her and the tracker go at it or something. But I don't know if this is going to lead to another movie or not. But this girl at the end there pulls a knife, and then they cut away. I was like, wait a second. I'm like, so we're gonna leave the movie on like a great note with at the gravestone of John Wick, but we never saw the body go in there. So, you know, obviously he could still be alive. We did see the dog kind of look up, and they cut to the dog looking. You know, they're not gonna do that for no reason. So maybe John Wick's still alive, but I don't know. Donnie Yen and this girl in the tracker, I'm in the ballerina with Ana de Armas. I'm interested to see this world expand with or without Keanu Reeves. But let's be real, John Wick Keanu Reeves is kinda amazing. So yeah, he's the Baba Yaga. It is what it is. I gave this movie, let me double check, I gave this movie 4 out of 5 stars the first time around, and I stand by that. 4 out of 5 stars and 8 out of 10. Solid freaking movie. It's about equal with the first one. I think if I'm gonna rank the 4 of them, I'm gonna go John Wick 1, maybe 4, then 3, then 2. But I do enjoy all 4 of them. I love how they're one seamless story and that they connect. I love that the universe just keeps getting bigger and bigger of the John Wick assassin underground world. It's just highly interesting, and I really want to see more of it. Shout out Donnie Yen, shout out Scott Adkins, shout out Chad Stahelski, because you did a great freaking job. And if you guys haven't seen the Continental show, that's like a prequel to this all, and that shows Winston's character, Ian McShane, as a young man, and shows how he got to the Continental. But that was only 3 episodes. I would have honestly wanted more of that too. So if that comes out with a season 2 or something, or maybe we just got the ballerina, all I'm saying is the world of the John Wicks is highly interesting, and you guys should check it out if you haven't. So stay tuned for the next movie review. We will be talking about Superman 3, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.